1051.
It's Power 1051. Our guest is here today. Jhene Aiko is our guest. One time, please.
Hello.
Hey, you are so tiny and cute.
Thank you.
But you know that already, right? She came in. She said you get bloated sometimes. I thought absolutely not. You're like, have you always been this little? Do you have to work on this?
No, I've always been. I have to work to get bigger.
Do you?
And I've tried and it doesn't work. So I just
my best friend is like that. It infuriates me.
The grass is not always greener.
Really? I would think so. I think you enjoy it.
It's like hard to find clothes to fit, and then people think it's okay to just call you skinny. And it's like, what if I don't want to be skinny? What,
You should want. This is like a dream of girls who struggle with their weight. I always have this argument with my friend too. She's like, they think it's not rude to call me skinny, but it's offensive if you're skinny.
Depending on how you say it,
right.
Yeah, it is. Just like it's offensive to go up to a woman and be like, "Oh, look at your arm, looks so big today." Like,
That's horrible.
If someone comes up to me and they're like, "You're so small," if you're saying it in a way that in a flattering way, then of course.
And you're a mom?
Yes.
And your daughter's how old?
5.
Is she loving everything that's happening for you right now? Can she grasp it? Is she understanding it?
Kind of. She wants me around.
Mm-hmm.
She wants me around more. And I'm like, that's what we're working towards. Because right now, we're not at that level.
Yes.
I'm like, I know you see Beyonce with her daughter, but I can't, we don't have, the label won't give me an extra ticket. No.
Not just yet.
Not yet.
I know you see Blue Ivy at these awards, baby.
But no, I bring her with me whenever I can. And she's in school. She's in the 1st grade now. So
that must be really hard. People don't. I was thinking about that today because somebody was saying to me, well, why can't you come to this thing? I was like, I realized that people who don't have kids, they can't relate schedule-wise to what life is like. Exactly. And so for somebody like you who's like now your career is like really rocking and you're about to hit the road again, right? Aren't you getting ready to go on this tour?
Yeah, and even like when I'm not with her, like just mentally, like knowing, just that strain is like a whole nother thing. So.
Well, she travels sometimes. Does she travel sometimes?
She does.
What's your family like? Because your family, I know your sisters also sings. Is your whole family? You come from like a big old musical family?
Kind of, sort of. My dad he's a pediatrician now, but he grew up wanting to be a singer, and like he plays the guitar and writes songs and poetry. But my mom is also just super creative and artistic, not necessarily musically, but she was always into like, arts and crafts and just being creative. So, yeah.
So tell me about this album. We have an album coming out on the 9th.
Yes.
And so is all the album very like, I feel like your voice and everything is very like dreamy and like.
Thank you.
Yeah. It is. You have I was saying this before, and I'm sure you've heard people say this to you before, or I don't even know if it's intentional or not, but you have like a Sade-esque type vibes about your, I don't know if it's your voice or your delivery or are you?
I don't know. I know that I like to pick, like when I'm picking tracks and listening to beats, I do like to choose like real chill or like minimal. I don't know. I like things that complement my voice, that give me like the freedom to do, to tell a story. And I don't know. I never really thought about it like that. But when people made those comparisons, when they make them to people like Sade, I'm like, I see that. I would never say it myself because people try to kill me when if I compare myself to anyone that is.
Are they critical of you? Did they do that to
Yeah,
you?
but it's like, I understand. And I never really, when people like ask me my sound, I just say it's me. And then people, of course, they have to compare you to something to make it whatever. I don't know why, but.
But you don't. But you see it. But right, you have to be.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. And it's just because like when I was younger and I was signed, I was singing a lot of demos, and they would have me singing like all these different types of styles that I wasn't really like comfortable with. And when I did my mixtape, it was just me like doing me, and
you found a pocket.
Yeah, just finding where I was comfortable at, and then people compare it to whoever, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, it's not intentional, but
it's just your vibe.
It's just what I was comfortable with. Yeah.
All right. So what does the album sound like? What does the whole album sound like? I haven't heard it.
The whole album sounds like, I would say it's, mellow, nice message, Just real chill
ride out
into the sunset type of music.
Roll up something.
Yeah, and a lot of the songs too.
Yeah.
Well, there's several songs on there that are just like about life, and me just sort of getting into my philosophy.
Now tell me, since you came out, since day one, I struggle with your name, and I hope that doesn't offend you because I try to get it right every time, and I'm sure your whole life you've been dealing with this.
Yeah.
Because when I say it, it's almost like a fear of saying it wrong. So there's always like a delay. So I'm always like, Jhene, Aiko. I'm always like waiting
That's
for.
Correct.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Right?
So here's the thing.
But it's always a fear that I'm going to say it wrong.
Here's the thing. So Jhene, yes, people get that right most of the time. Aiko is my middle name, one of my middle names, and it's Japanese. So there's like an American way to say it and a Japanese way to say it.
Give me both.
So Aiko.
So I could be all the way knowledgeable.
So Aiko is like how
Japanese
American would say it. Aiko is how Japanese would say it. Just like we say Tokyo when it's really Tokyo. It's really 2 syllables.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I just learned that this year about my own middle.
You were talking like you had the knowledge. You was dropping the knowledge on me.
I learned this year about my own middle name, and no one had. And I was like kind of mad at my parents. Like, why didn't you guys correct me? I was saying Aiko, but they're like, oh, it's like that's kind of like the American way. So whatever.
So now we have it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna be official about it, it's because you were saying it wrong for many years.
Yeah, I was saying Aiko,
and now you've changed.
I say it however I want to say it.
So then I'm going to say, I've been saying Aiko.
Aiko.
And that's right.
And the thing is.
So I was right and you were wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This gives me confidence.
Yes.
Because every time I would say it, I have this weird fear. I don't know that I didn't want to be disrespectful. And so give me the full name now. Let's get this right for everybody for once and for all. Jhene, Aiko,
Ifuru, Chalumbo.
That was a pain in the neck in school, yes?
Yeah. I knew like roll call, like the first day of school. I knew when they got to me.
You were rolling your eyes already.
Yeah, because I knew that they were once they got stuck on the name and I would just raise my hand like I'm here. Don't even say it. I used to say I wanted to get married just so I could change my last name because I didn't like it. But now I get it and whatever.
I had Terrell Owens. You see what I just did? I did it wrong again. You see, I just said Terrell Owens. His name is Terrell.
Terrell. But okay, so
he was offended. He
but
was like,
I have a question.
For real offended. And I was like, yo, come on, man. Your name is Terrell. I get it, but you have to understand that this is a likely.
Okay, I have a question.
Mistake.
So like Mario
offended.
has an accent. He says Mario. So it's like, which way is the right way?
Mario? Which Mario? The singer or the extra guy?
The singer. He says Mario. Like he says it with his Baltimore accent. So then it's like, so wait, am I supposed to say
he's wrong?
Say it, or?
No. All these years too, you know who else? Aaliyah.
She says Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
But we called her Aaliyah. Everybody still calls her Aaliyah. That's not her name.
So it's one of those things. Basically is what I'm trying to say.
All right, so I'm going to
rock
with...
Call me whatever you like. As long as you're calling.
Okay. I don't know if you're probably sick of this, but I know when you first came out, there was a lot of Drake rumors and all that stuff. I feel like that kind of washed away a little bit.
Yeah, because they were not true. So.
Yeah, but what I wonder how you handle that kind of stuff. Like, were you ready for that type of thing? It's going to come more. There's going to be more that happen.
I don't know.
Does it affect you?
I don't really go on blogs and stuff like that.
You don't?
I'm on Twitter a lot, so I don't necessarily go to the blogs, but like people will send me like, did you hear what they said? And I'm like, what?
But I think that really, there hasn't been that much. I mean, the Drake thing, and then there was the Childish Gambino thing, but that was light. Right?
Both of those people, we worked together, so I'm a young lady.
Yes.
So it's like, if I work with you, that means we went out or whatever.
Yeah.
That we love each other.
You love each other.
Now we're in love.
And then you fought, and then you broke up.
And then we broke up, and then we almost had a baby.
You almost had a child.
And so that
then there was
crazy.
Another R&B singer that came in.
Exactly.
And now you're beefing over them. So, it all happens. So,
yeah. So that's why it's easy to just be like, whatever. Like I'm friends with both of them. So
yeah, that's good. And who are you? What do you listen to? What are your vibes like? Who are you fans of? Who are you a fan of?
I'm a fan of a lot of old stuff. I still listen to, like, I put on like Pandora, like Tupac Pandora.
Yes, nice.
Or Biggie Pandora.
Nice.
Kid Cudi, John Mayer.
All over the place.
Yeah, just I'm like random. I don't, because I'm always trying to create music. I don't really listen to a lot of music. I listen to Drake. I listen to Kendrick. I still like Frank Ocean's album.
What about? Do we have anybody? Do we have any features on this? I didn't.
We
even
have
look at the lineup.
only 2 features.
Okay, who we got?
We have Cocaine 80s.
Okay,
and we have Common. And it was perfect because it was shaping up to be like no features on the album. And I kind of felt like
I don't know why I'm surprised by that. I feel like you're new. You're like the new. You know what I mean? I feel like
the EP
Drake
had
would have been there,
right? The EP had a lot of features, and I just felt like, I just wanted it to be my album.
Yeah,
so that people could really see like what I do.
Why not your sister? Why do you guys do stuff together?
We don't work.
That's weird.
Together.
No,
it's weird, but it's not, because we're sisters. You know what I mean? And we, I feel like the style of music that I am doing and where I want to go maybe doesn't meet up with the style that she's doing or where she is now.
Are you close in age? You're close in age.
We're 5 or 6 years apart.
Okay.
I'm the youngest.
Right.
Of 5. And
wow.
Yeah, there's
5 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, my dad has 8, but him and my mom had 5 together.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So that's not weird though, that both of you are out and doing careers. And
it's not weird only because of the backstory.
Well, I've heard some behind the scenes stuff about like who she works with and you don't work with, that type of stuff, but I thought everything was okay.
No, I mean, between me and her personally, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Business is business, personal is personal. So I think it's really
even
good
with
to
family?
Yeah, of course. And it gets really messy if you're working with family, and then it gets messy because then that can mess up your personal relationship. So even like, when we see each other, it's all about family. It's not about like, when's your next video dropping, or when, we don't even know half the time what we're doing when it comes to that. And I think that keeps the personal good.
That sounds uncomfortable at Thanksgiving. No?
It's not though. It's not because
especially
for the most
if
part,
one is doing. I don't know. Maybe I can't.
It's not
I can't
uncomfortable
put myself
because of the type of family we have. Like we've never been the type to like. I have my oldest sister is the one that's like, "What are you doing? And what are you doing?" And she always wants to like know. But like even everyone in my family, like they don't really question each other about those types of things. Like it's kind of weird, but we just don't, And yeah,
that is weird. That's all right. I'll leave you alone if that's it. But it is a little strange. You would think at least you would have, or at least a song or a discussion about a song, or
you know what? I'm just gonna say this. There was a time when I have 2 sisters.
Right.
I'm the youngest, so it's Miyoko, Jamila, my 2 brothers, and then me. We wanted to do a group together, 3 sisters, and it was like I was old enough now to like not look awkward with them, and we had an opportunity, and for whatever reason, I was down for it. I was all down to work together, and it was some other stuff that was weird to me that why we didn't do it, and some of those reasons are still why. Right. And it was just like we could have been doing it together, but we're doing it at the same time, so that's kind of like the same thing. And it's just like I'm just glad that we're both still pursuing our dreams.
And are you in a good place? Does it leave you in a good place with each other?
It does. It can get weird at times, but it's just like at the end of the day, we're sisters, like, and it's not a thing like, we're competition or we're.
People are gonna put you there though, without you
even. They are, but
it's just a natural,
I'm glad that the more people get into the music and really, it's really about the music and artistry and stuff like that. They'll be able to see that it's really not even in the same
zone.
Lane. Yeah.
Right. And what about the 3rd sister? What does she still want to do this too? Is she looking at the 2 of you like, hold up?
No, she's like our mom. She's like our second mom. So
she's older. She's the oldest.
She's the oldest.
Got it.
So she's the one that makes sure everyone is there on Thanksgiving. She's the one that makes sure, I know about a show that I wasn't invited to, but she wasn't.
This is going bad. This is all that. Come on, we gotta get you guys right.
But no,
right.
it's good. No, really, it's right. It's good. It's good, and that's why. And that's why I feel like it's cool to just keep it. Like I don't know. It's hard to even just work with like friends.
You haven't worked it out all the way yet. I'm imagining, like how this goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're both sisters. You're both doing this.
Right.
You probably can't even wrap. Like, okay, let's see what happens.
I mean, but that's how I treat everything in life. I'm just like, okay, everybody's, as long as we're moving forward and everyone is doing good, you're good. Okay. Like I don't worry about too much in life.
All right. So we got a new album, September 9th.
Yes.
What else do people need to know?
September 9th, the tour, the King of the Fall tour, which will be in New York.
Oh,
on
the New York day off top.
Barclays. Yeah, September 19th.
September 19th, Barclays Center.
And the video for The Pressure just came out today.
Nice.
Directed by Childish Gambino and Calmatic.
Do you see how everything is fine? Because he directed your video.
Exactly.
If you were beefing, how would that work?
People just, I don't know. They make up these crazy things.
I got confused whether the rumor was the beefing first or then there was the romantic part. And the girl came in and you fought on set.
What?
I just made
no, I'm like, wait a minute.
I just made it up.
I don't know. Crazy.
Congratulations on everything.
Thank
honey.
you so much.
Oh, let me get it right one time. The full. Jhene, Aiko, Ifuru,
Chalambo.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.